Hi Matrix. In today's lesson we're going to be looking at algebra. We're going to revise algebra. You need to master these concepts. Let's have a look at some basic algebra. The first example, it says simplify that expression. Okay, now be very, very careful here. You've got to simplify this expression. There's a plus and something very interesting. You'll notice that you've got the x minus 3 divided by x plus 3 plus x plus 3, and then there's a 3 minus x. Now, a good idea would be to get the bottom right expression to look like x minus something. Have a look here. Now, what we can do with this is quite fun. If you look at that, we're going to bracket all of them. I just really insist that you put those brackets in. They're so important. Now, what I could do, if you remember from grade 11, if you change that plus to a minus, you can then at the bottom swap those round. Remember, this is positive 3 minus x. You work with the bottom, and your teachers taught you, if you remember, if you change to the negative x becomes x, and 3 becomes negative 3. In other words, you swap them around. They have different signs. Okay, now check it. If you look at this is positive 3 minus x, so it's still 3 minus x. The bottom here would be, if you check it, if you multiply the negative in there, it's negative x plus 3, which is 3 minus x. So the rule is simply this. When you change the sign, the plus, to a minus, go to the bottom. Not both, not the top and the bottom. Go to the bottom and you simply swap them around the minus. It wouldn't, of course, work with pluses. Okay, it was both plus. You wouldn't have to do that. So be careful with this. Now we get the LCD, which, of course, you take the two guys at the bottom, the x plus 3 and the x minus 3, which is nice because it's now, instead of 3 minus x, has become x minus 3. Okay, now what do we do with the first term? Well, we multiply by, we need to make the bottom of this first term look like the LCD. So we're missing the x minus 3. So what we do to the bottom, we do to the top. And likewise with the second term, where you've got your minus x plus 3 over x minus 3, we're missing the x plus 3 here. So we multiply by that. Okay, now all we're going to do is we're going to combine this. So we put the x plus 3, x minus 3 together, and here we do this as well. And the two guys, the x minus 3, we're going to also put together, and we are also going to put the x plus 3 together. Now look what happens. Okay, we've got x minus 3, which is all x minus 3 squared, divided by the LCD, subtract the x plus 3. Remember, it was x plus 3, all squared. And then what did we do? We're not going to drop the LCD. We're going to keep it. So what do we then do? We draw a long line, and we then slot the x minus 3 all squared over there, subtract x plus 3 squared, but be very careful. Of course, you've got a minus before brackets, so watch out for that. Then we simply times it out. X squared, multiply those two and double, negative 3, which is 6x plus 9, and then now minus. Keep the bracket there. X squared plus, okay, x times 3 double is 6x plus 9. That's pretty much grade 9 work. And then, of course, you keep the LCD. And then you multiply the sign in. That's negative x squared, negative 6x, and negative 9. Very important to keep the brackets. And then the x squareds cancel. You get negative 12x, and the 9s cancel. So really what it is going to be simply the x squared's gone, the 9s are gone, and there we go. Okay, completing the square, watch out for this. We rewrite that into that form. Now, just a quick revision there. When you complete the square, we always go the coefficient of x divided by 2 all squared. Okay, so what do we then do? We circle that guy and we take him, divide by 2 and squared. That's important. Okay, now what do we then do? Okay, here's your expression. We go x squared minus 8x. We go add that in, subtract it, and add the 10. So we just add it in and subtract. And then what do? We then got, that's there. We simplify it there. X squared minus 8x plus 10, and we then do that, and what do? And we factorize it. That's completing the square. Very important for functions. Don't go away. We're going to be back with some more algebra.